This is the Matrix and Rhodes Show. I am Rhodes Rants. We've got another instance now of a high-profile Hollywood actor, a guy I actually like a lot of his movies. He makes a lot of senseless action movies, and frankly, I'm a big fan of that. Movies for guys that like movies. We used to see those kind of movies all the time before Hollywood decided to cancel those kind of flicks. Well, the star of 300, Gerard Butler, is now suing the producers of the Olympus Has Fallen movies, which is pretty wild. Actually, I really like that first one, if you want to know the truth. This is from Fox Business. Gerard Butler is suing the producers, including parent companies New Image and Millennium Films, of his 2013 Olympus Has Fallen. Butler, 51, filed a lawsuit Friday in L.A. Superior Court claiming he was owed at least $10 million in the back-end compensation from the action film's profits. It was actually a huge hit. According to Variety, the lawsuit alleges that producers had undervalued domestic and foreign receipts by tens of millions of dollars. The Scottish actor claims in the suit that they also did not report $8 million went to the owned studio executives. Wow. Uh-oh. The suit then cited that there was fraud, breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith, and fair dealing and intentional interference with contractual relations and accounting with the film. God, it's a shit show. In Olympus Has Fallen, Butler starred as Mike Bannon. Mike Bannon was sort of like a slicker version, poor man's John McClane situation. Although I think John McClane may be a poor man's John McClane. A Secret Service agent who must save the president when terrorists take over the White House. The film spawned two sequels, London Has Fallen, which I have seen, and it was okay, and Angel Has Fallen, which I gotta admit I have not seen. Producers have earned tens of millions of dollars from Olympus, but refused to pay Butler a penny of the profits promised to him in the parties' agreement. The complaint says producers embarked on a scheme designed to grossly misrepresent the finances of the film to Butler so that Butler would believe that no such payments were due. Wow, they hid the profits from him. It appears the producers' modus operandi is to hide the profits from Olympus in order to keep the profits for themselves. Holy shit. Butler's filing comes hot off the heels of another A-lister who is suing producers of her film. Scarlett Johansson made headlines when she decided to sue Disney over the streaming release of the superhero flick Black Widow. I haven't seen that. I'm going to try to watch it this weekend and do a review. Johansson claimed that her contract was breached when the media giant released the film on Disney Plus, streaming at the same time it hit movie theaters. The decision to put Black Widow on the small screen reportedly cost the actress more than $50 million. Wow. There is no such merit whatsoever to this filing, Disney said in a statement. The lawsuit is especially sad and distressing in the callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID pandemic. I didn't say that, they did. Disney has fully complied with Miss Johansson's contract, and furthermore, the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation on top of the $20 million she got for the role. A movie I have not jumped out there to go see, to be honest with you. Mainly, and not because I don't like the Black Widow character, I do, but it's a prequel. I'm not the biggest prequel fan in the world. I mean, we obviously already know what happened to her character in Avengers Endgame. So, I still think it's probably worth a watch. Maybe. Worth doing a review on it. Maybe. I don't know. Interesting. I really like Gerard Butler. He's been in a lot of movies. He did a movie, some kind of street gang or something like that. I can't remember the name of the flick exactly. He did 300. He's got another movie out there, some kind of a... it's like a weather movie of some kind, Geostorm or something like that. I have not seen that, but it seems And you got to wonder if we're fixing to have a trend come out. Like, are all these actors about to start probing into these studios and being like, they didn't pay me for the back end? A lot of these actors have part of their compensation built into the back end of the profits. Harrison Ford started doing that. In fact, Harrison Ford may be the first actor that actually started doing that way back in the early 90s, I think. Like, I think he had back-end compensation for all those Jack Ryan movies, for Air Force One, some of those movies like that, which made massive amounts of money back then. A lot of people don't remember how big of hits those movies were. They were huge movies back in the 90s for Harrison Ford. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Gerard Butler. Will he get paid? Will Hollywood get exposed? There are a bunch of creeps out there, just a bunch of crooks. Does this surprise us at all that they're stealing money and hiding money from the actors? Absolutely not. I give Gerard Butler credit for one thing. He pretty much stays out of the political game, which is something to be said. You just don't see that a lot anymore. But it seems the movies he's being offered are also slowly going down the trend in that direct-to-release kind of way. If he don't watch it, he's going to end up being Nicolas Cage here before too long. Peace. I'm out. Till next